So please give us some good news from the E3 conference.
Now, thankfully, E3 has just begun. A purpose of several days where we get to see what the companies try to wow us with before they steal the money from our wallets. And unfortunately, we got hit by the same problem that the con community gets hit on.
Which is?
What happens during the first day of the con?
Almost no one shows up.
Exactly.
Like only folks who are like dedicated to like panels or specific shows.
Pretty
or
much.
Guests.
That's not good news. That's not good news at all. I asked for good news.
I got some good news in
Angel,
between.
I've got an idea. Why don't you, if you have bad news, why don't you go ahead and say it to us in a good way, so that way it doesn't sound so bad.
Well, you see, we have a wonderful experience composed of enormous quantities
You're gonna
of
love
content
this.
made specifically for you, mainly because we start with the Ubisoft company, which began its presentation with a large quantity of...
Amazing.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. The Ubisoft conference, just a big pile of, well, it's there, I guess. Do you like Assassin's Creed?
That sounds totally asinine.
Well, you're gonna get more Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. That's the rest of you.
That's terrible, Angel.
But that's
Why
okay,
are you saying this?
because the
It's such a terrible
Bulber
matter.
Digital came to save the day.
Oh, thank God.
As you know, the Bulber Digital is staffed by essentially mental patients that
great
escape the
news.
asylums. People who are batshit insane in a level that they will bite the hand that feeds and gnaw on the fingers. So we have this wonderful lady who was bleeding out her mouth during the last E3 presentation, by the way. Seriously.
God.
That woman does
Damn.
not give a fuck.
Oh,
Having
wow.
this
Give her
wonderful
a fucking
presentation
battle.
where they do nothing but completely crap on the industry
bites.
that gives them money and reveal their own games. And they have some interesting titles. We got Journey to Yomi, which appears to be a black and white 2D, well, sort of 2D, 2.5D-esque hack and slash on the style of samurai movies. Some beautiful fire there, some cool, really cool shadow fighting with people getting their heads cut off. And for those who enjoy the good old asymmetrics, we have an over the camera, I guess, if you want to call it, third-person roguelike shooter called Wizards with Guns.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh
Which is-
my
Are you
God.
Kidding me? That's the name of the game.
The name of the game is
Wizards with
Guns.
Guns.
Okay, picture a wizard.
Gun.
Now picture a gun.
Magic guns.
There you go.
To be fair, though, this is not the first time we've seen it. Don't you enjoy Outlast Store?
Yes, I did.
Imagine a
very
world
much.
where everybody had casters. That's this game, basically.
That is beautiful.
So what we've
And
seen of the game has this
mostly beautiful.
very nice cell-shaded 3D look, a bit cartoonish, but not quite too cartoony. So has a bit of a goofy grit, if you want to call it that.
Oh, I like that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
you got your character, you got your guns, you got your dungeon explorations, you got loot, you got skill trees, you got guns everywhere. Unfortunately, aside from that, this E3 presentation is just kind of...
Well, no, hang on a minute. What if I want a video game where the main character is literally the mascot of our channel?
Well, Devolver Digital has something for you too as well, called Hades Journey, I think it was called. You got this nice over-the-top hack and slash where you play what appears to be a Corvus holding a red sword, running through the underworld, hacking and slashing your way through some good old Greek mythology.
That's not Hades' journey. That's the Raven's flock, Jose's journey.
The game. Based on the movie, based on the book, based on the comic book.
based on the mangaka.
Oh my God.
Requip Star on our Twitch chat. As an up-and-coming game artist, I refuse to work for EA.
Honestly,
Smart lad.
I don't
Or
blame you.
lass. Yeah, smart. Yeah, it's very smart of you.
Now, let's be honest here. I will not judge you if you end up at some point working for EA. You gotta make the cash. You gotta get the dough. I ain't gonna judge. But I completely understand your moral stance on this matter because those who work for EA tend to disappear. No, I don't mean they die. I mean, like, EA is like a fucking parasite that just absorbs smaller studios and then it basically just sends them to the battlefield mines to work there forever.
It's okay. So you mean to tell me that EA are the ones who are responsible for the disappearance of Kojima Productions is Tomokazu Fukushima?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Fuck! Mystery solved, folks.
That explains it.
Fuck. Well,
You know what? Silent Hills wasn't made because EA is working with Konami.
God damn it.
But I
God damn it,
digress.
EA.
Aside from that, I've been running to the phone trying to find something more interesting, but
You
I'm
also
so...
had- sorry, go on.
No, please, say what you
I
have
was
to
going
say.
to say, I know it's more of an annoying blip in your radar, but one of the things we did manage to catch was a trailer for a Super Mario game.
That's right.
The Mario and the Rabbids from the Rayman
Spark
game.
of Hope.
spark of hope.
Now, this is not the first time this happened. Mario and the Rabbids worked together on a previous Wii U title where they were playing it like an XCOM, turn-based strategy. And this game seems to be a continuation of that, but with a bit more movement mechanics going into it. I'm not quite sure exactly what the gameplay is supposed to be about. All I know is that Mario has guns now.
Mario has guns. Rabbids are in space with Mario in space, and it's a rollicking, fun little romp. As fun as you can have with Nintendo's XP version of Minions.
Oh, it's a game about a plumber, am I right?
Yes, but more importantly, though, it would seem that James Cameron got sick and tired of making a movie that never ends, and we're getting, well, it appears to be a sequel to the Avatar series in game form. And yeah, sure, what the hell? I mean, it might be fun. It might
Is it
suck.
just called Avatar? Or
No, it's
I don't think. Did we even get a name?
Something of Pandora. Shit.
Something of. You know what? That's exactly how I felt. Something of Pandora.
Something of Pandora coming soon.
Sadly, 90% of this E3 presentation so far has been a big pile of meh. I thought the indie version would tell me something, but
Frontiers of Pandora.
Frontiers of Pandora.
Why was I so nonplussed about
Bro,
that?
goddamn, that name feels so fucking generic, though. You might as well call it Pandora Reloaded.
Okay, for the record,
Pandora Revolutions.
For the record, it looks nice, of course.
Of course,
it looks like a nice video game version of the CG effects that you got from the movie. No one's going to argue that.
No.
Please be aware, however, that was just CG cutscene we saw there, not an ounce of actual gameplay.
Not an ounce of actual gameplay, man.
Yeah.
But we
Take
can
it with the largest
grains of salt.
by which we mean a boulder.
Yeah.
But we cannot discount that the graphics of the game will look just as awesome as the movie.
Maybe.
Let's think about the movie. The movie itself, it came out in 2010, right?
It looks pretty good.
2011.
2011. And to this day, 10 years later, the graphics still hold up.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I will never deny the fact that it is a beautiful movie. It's also just Pocahontas again.
Joseph,
With Metal
slide
Gears.
forward for a moment. No, just Joseph. Angel, you're fine where you are.
Yeah.
Joseph, you're falling for the advertising trick that they want you to fall for.
Shit.
The advertising trick is this. Hey, you remember Avatar? Hey, you remember how pretty that movie was?
Bro, it was pretty
Here's
good.
a video game. Doesn't it look so pretty?
Unfortunately, this
By
is...
the way, we're not actually showing you any gameplay or
No.
anything. This is
Fuck
all
off.
pre-rendered stuff.
I'm not falling for anything. I'm just...
But you immediately went to the correlation
because honestly, in my opinion, the graphics is the only good thing about the movie. There's the narration of the story and everything else in it is just
It's just casual stuff we've seen before.
yeah, it's casual stuff.
I wouldn't call it groundbreaking, really.
But the same can be explained for this Avatar video game.
Now,
it looks nice, but we don't know jack shit about the story.
Yeah.
We don't know jack shit about how it's actually going to play. There's no tech details. There's no nothing else to hook us other than
Cutscene.
Pretty cutscene.
See, that worked in the era of the PS1, where there was such a massive difference between the CG cutscenes and the actual gameplay that you could genuinely go, oh, wow, that looks amazing.
We want stuff in engine.
Yes.
We want to see actual gameplay. We want to actually see how this pretty cutscene can immediately translate into pretty gameplay.
Yeah.
If you can do that, fine. Hats off. Well done. Good tech work. Hope it does well. If you can't, don't try it, because you're setting yourself up for massive disappointment and a massive horde of angry geeks.
Yes,
Angel?
yes. Oh, for the record, this is not the first Avatar game made. There was one right after the movie for PS3, and
PS3.
Can you say based on? Yeah, it was one of those we gotta make money quickly and people won't care too much, so just slap some shit together.
Oh my god. That's not how marketing works.
Yes, it is. That's
works pretty
exactly
well.
how marketing works.
That being
if you're
said-
shit at marketing,
You gotta sell the product. Now, unfortunately, aside from that, I'm sorry to say the rest of the EA was pretty much lackluster and meh, and there was very little that caught my attention. I tried to check the indie version, but about 5 minutes in I realized, oh, this is just furry fetish, and I just turned it off.
Fuck, hey, you're gonna have to send me info on that, because that depends on what furry stuff you meant.
Yeah, let's just say that when you see those perfectly drawn furry feet, you know that these people were in DeviantArt at some point.
Again, you're gonna have to really show me
I
something,
will.
yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, aside from what Devolver Digital showed and a couple of things here and there that look mildly interesting, E3 has gone on to a rollicking start. And most likely we'll have more information tomorrow when Nintendo, Square Enix, Capcom, when the big boys step up to the stage.
Yeah.
when the big boys come to play.
This was
What's
the-
the adjective?
This was
Play.
the garage band. You know, we're waiting for fucking Ozzy and the goddamn Black Sabbath to jump in.
Yeah, I know. I'm expecting Nintendo to take this one.
Most likely, no. I'm expecting Square Enix. You know why? Because this is the perfect time to show off Final Fantasy 16.
It would be if
This
we
is
had any sort of announcement for it.
Perfect time. We had a couple of trailers and nothing else.
I'm pretty
but
sure
this is the time.
I'm pretty sure that they'll go safe and they'll like, here's a new extended trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake Retrograde.
Most likely.
Integrate is what I mean.
Integrate, yeah.
Retrograde, integrate, low quality grade, high quality
and
grade.
probably more info on the World Ends With You that's coming for the Switch.
That would be good.
That would be cool.
That would be good. I mean, the last time we heard anything from Square Enix was the announcement of the recent expansion, Endwalker, for Final Fantasy XIV, which was actually incredibly sad. I would like to take this moment to say my thanks to Mr. Soken, the music composer, because he made the music while he was struggling with cancer.
Fuck, that is a real G
And
right
he
there.
succeeded.
Damn.
That right there is the real warrior of
That
light.
is a gangster right
pretty
there.
good.
So yeah, sorry if I got off track, but pros to the man, and that was a beautiful presentation they threw at us. So right now, Square Enix is riding the big momentum. So now would be the best time to go. Strike while the iron is hot. Final Fantasy 16. Here's a release date or some shit.
We'll see what happens, but I
We'll
think
see.
we might as well wrap it up.
Yeah,
but
we're
first-
getting on the air.
But before we do, folks, we want to hear what you think about the first day of E3. What games are you excited for so far? Let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you think.
Do we have an emoji for a cricket? Because that's all I remember.
Oh, God.
We can make one.
We can
Sure.
make one. Do we have any comments before we wrap this up?
Let's see here. Nothing new on the Twitch chat. Billy's going off over here, of course. Let's see here.
Rapid fire, Billy. Man.
Speaking of EA, Battlefield 2042 drops single player for no reason and sells the game for $60. You know what
Thank
this
you.
reminds me of? Black Ops 4.
Thank you.
You
You know
remind
what?
me of
Thank
Gary
you for
Old-
reminding me.
You remind me of Gary Oldman's Everyone for a moment. Thank
You know
for
what?
that.
No, thank you, Billy. Before we're done, allow me to drop that little bit of news. Battlefield 2024, hot off the heels of the most recent controversial and shitty Battlefield goes, we got bigger maps and nothing else.
Yeah,
In fact,
nothing else.
we have less maps and less gameplay and less campaign. And for those of you motherfuckers out there telling me, oh man, who plays Battlefield for the story? You're right, almost no one does. But that doesn't mean it shouldn't be there.
Even,
Fuck you, I'm not paying $70 for that.
Even folks who don't like the Halo series would be like, you know what? I don't really play much of the game. I think it's just an old multiplayer trap, but I think the story's all right. You know why? Because they actually put effort into making the story.
Say what you will about what you feel about the Halo franchise, but that is one thing that became popular for both the multiplayer and for having a good story. Master Chief is...
Sorry, I really like Halo.
No, that's cool.
Ow.
Master Chief is not loved just because he kicks ass, it's because there is a character to him. If you don't put a story in the game, that's on you, but you're basically cutting out a huge chunk of your fandom by doing that.
All right. Also, finishing up here on the chat, Jedi Fallen Order was made with Unreal Engine, I believe, not Frostbite. You're right.
There you go.
But it was
Yes.
still published by EA, so...
Yeah, it was.
Well, it doesn't matter now, because fuck it. You want to make your own game with Frost
There's
Age?
one thing that caught my attention, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
That one...
Yeah.
I'm feeling kind of 50-50
It looks
about
like
it.
Assault on Dragon Keep, but better.
Yeah, that certainly does.
But I have no faith in Gearbox since they fucked up Borderlands 3 in terms of story. Specifically, they spoiled the spoiled bitch Ava. That's all I can say. I didn't finish Borderlands 3 so far, but that Ava almost turned me off. She got my main character from Borderlands 2 killed because of her idiocy.
Oh, it gets worse. Let's just... I'm not going to spoil anybody that hasn't played Borderlands 3, but it just... You know that character in that one show that you fucking hate, but the plot keeps telling you you're supposed to like them?
Yeah.
It's like that, but like a million times worse.
Well,
But yeah, no, that's the end of the gaming section. And as we approach the conclusion of the Raven's Flock episode for this particular weekend, we invite our beloved listeners to tell us what they feel about the E3 presentation and what are their hopes and dreams regarding the upcoming shenanigans that will happen in the next few days.
Yes,
Indeed.
please. Let us know in the comments below, folks.